Hello everyone, welcome to Money Chess Kids. Today I show the gameplay by Mirsad and Bogdan, and this beautiful game complete in 33 moves. And let's see how the game play. The game starts with the pawn to e4, c5, knight f3, knight c6, d3, g6, c3, d5 from the black, knight b to d2 and bishop to g7, and this is the first 5 move. And here you have the Sicilian defense, the old Sicilian variation, and in this position after 5 moves the position is equal, and the game continue with white to keep on develop bishop to e2. e6 was played and the white go for a short castling, then the knight g to e7. After this, the rook to e1 trying to attack the e file, and here the black go for a short castling, then the knight to b3 and b6 was played. After this, bishop to f4, and this move it gives black the chance to attack with e5, attacking the bishop, and here the black has an edge, and here the white need to move again the bishop to g5. So after this move, h6 was played and attacking the bishop again, and now the bishop just capture the knight, and the knight the bishop. d2 and a5 was played. After this, the white played a4, then the bishop to e6, and here the white play queen to e2, and the black continue to develop rook to c8. So this is the first 15 move, and here you can see the black has a very strong pawn in the board, and here it gives black the slightly advantage or has an edge in this position. Then the white continue to break through the pawn by playing a c4. Another suggestion the white can play is to take the pawn with the e takes d5, and this will remain equal. After knight capture, then the knight can go to c4, attacking the pawn at b6, also attacking the pawn at e5. After the bishop can move away to attack the knight, then it brings 2 pieces to attack the pawn, and will give white the slightly chance to equalize the game. So in the actual game, c4 was played, and after this, the black do not want to capture, instead move the pawn forward, and this creates a very strong pawn blocking, and with this the white pawn now cannot push forward. Then knight to f1 was played. After this, f5 from the black, and this idea will push the pawn to block against the white pawn. Then in the actual game, the f3 was played, and this will be a slight disadvantage, and with this to give white the better chances. Suggestion to play after this would be the knight will be the pawn e capture the pawn, and after this the pawn g capture, then the knight to g3, and this will give black just a slightly better. So in the actual game, f3 was played, and this gives black the clearly better, because after this move f4 was played, and now you can notice that the black has a very strong pawn and block the white. So the game continue with h3, and now the bishop to f6, then the knight to h2, and bishop to h4. After this, this bishop is attacking rook e to c1, and after this the black just move knight to c6, then the knight to d2, and here h5 was played, and after this the knight d to f1, then the knight b4 trying to attack the queen, and also have the idea of attacking the pawn at d3 if the queen and the bishop is moved away from guarding the pawn. So queen d2 was played, and now the queen to g5, and here the queen is attacking the queen, and the bishop can just capture the pawn as the pawn is pinned and cannot capture it back. So at this moment the black is winning the game. So therefore the king just moved to h1 to prevent the pin, and here the black is clearly winning in this position. And here come a very interesting move, a brilliant sacrifice from the black by playing a bishop takes h3, and after the capture, if you do not capture, the black queen will just capture the pawn and it will be a checkmate. Bishop g takes h3, and after the capture, then bishop f2 was played for the black, and the idea is to queen to g1 and will be a checkmate. Then the knight to g4 to block it, and here the pawn just capture and the pawn capture, and after this move now is the time to bring the king. You have the rook to goes to a h5 attack, and it will be a deadly checkmate. And at this move the black is winning the game, and you can see at the analysis the black is completely winning and checkmate. So the continuation of this is the knight to h2, and after this the idea of the black is winning by playing a rook to h8, and this rook is attacking the knight and will be winning. And after this move the king move to g2, and at this moment the black is winning and mate in 4. I give a couple of seconds to figure out how the black continue to play and mate in 4. Well, congratulations for those who found the answer, and for those who like to enjoy the show, here are the moves. As you can see at this position, and in the actual game, here come another brilliant sacrifice from the black by playing rook takes the knight, and with this capture the black is winning and mate in 4. And if you see in the actual game, the king captured the rook, and after this the queen continue to go h4 and check the king, and after this the king to g2, then the queen to g3 and check the king again, and after king to h1, after king to h1, then you have a rook to h8 checkmate. And if you move the king to f1, then you have a queen to g1 checkmate. So the checkmate cannot be avoided. So back to this position. If you move the king to g2, then the game will be played with queen to h4, and after this you can bring the rook to the h8 and continue to checkmate the king. So if you play any move such as b3, then the rook can be played to h8, and after this move, if you play a queen to e1 to attack the bishop, then the bishop can just play bishop to g3, and after this, after knight capture, then you can just have a queen to h3 check, and if the king move to g1, then the pawn f takes the knight, and now the queen can checkmate easily, and after queen capture, then your queen can capture again. Then if the king goes to f1, you have the rook to h1 checkmate. So you have a very nice checkmate after this move. And back to this position, and here if you move any move such as queen to go for the action, then the simple move will be the queen to h1 checkmate, and is controlled by the pawn and the queen. So basically, after this move, the queen, the bishop sacrifice is a complete winning for the black. So back to this position, let's say if you do not capture the bishop, if you make something like a g4 to avoid from being captured, and at this move the bishop can come to f2, then the pawn will just capture and capture again, then the queen will able to go to g1 and checkmate as well. And if at this moment you try to move your bishop down so you can attack the bishop, then the queen can just move to h4, and you can just move zigzag and go for the checkmate at g1. And after this move, you try to move the rook up, and the knight can just capture the rook, and after queen capture, then here the bishop can just capture the knight, and this knight cannot capture, it's been pinned the queen. And after this move, that the position for the black is just completely winning at the game. So therefore, the nice move at this game is the bishop capture, a brilliant sacrifice with the brilliant bishop takes h3, and with this capture, the black is clearly winning the game at the move 25. And with this, thank you.